Hello, nieces. Hello, nephews. It is your Uncle Charters. And did Uncle Charters tell you or what? Told you guys that the Bulls failed. They failed last week. Okay? Family is very important to Uncle Charters. I'll never steer my niece and nephews wrong. You can trust Uncle Charters. All right? Or not. Anyways, so we're going to talk about that. But here's the flow sentiment. It's bearish. I haven't showed SPY in a while. Filtered for 200K premiums or above. Now the reason I stopped showing, like, people's been asked, there's some people that emailed me and some people write in the comment section that they want to see the flow sentiment again, and I'm only doing this for y'all. But the reason why I stopped is because it's always bearish. When SPY was going down, it was bearish. When SPY was going up, it was bearish. That's why I stopped showing it. But for the people who, asked about it, here it is. Right now, 74% in the puts. over 68,000 contracts bought today, 26% in the calls, a little over 24K contracts. If we check the overall market, I'll filter it for 200K premiums or above, and I'll put stocks only. And the overall market is bullish, okay? 72% in calls, 28% in puts, okay? So there's that. That's the flow sentiment. Now let's go to the Uncle Charters. Not the Charter, that's my nephew, a different person. Uncle Charters, that's me. So this is my plan. I woke up 7:28 a.m. early in the morning, okay? Good morning, nieces and nephews. SPY is still trading in a choppy range. Be mindful that in this range, there's high probability of traps. Moves that start, then see little follow through, okay? These are not good, clear trading conditions. Adjust accordingly by trading smaller, taking profits quickly, okay? Uncle Charters was in scout mode today, all right? So plan today. The bull case. As of writing this, SPY is at 445.5. That was in pre-market. First resistance will be 446. If cleared, 448, then 450, bullish above, are price targets. Okay? The bear case, as long as below 446. Okay? First support is 443.5 to 444.5 zone. I've mentioned that 444.5 level many times last week. If first support fails, 441 to 442 zone is next. All right. And that's where, and I also wrote in where I'll try a long or a call. Keep in mind, Uncle Charters is in scout mode. But let's take a look what happened today. Here's the 15-minute chart. All right. The SPY opened up right here on this candle. And as you can see, a long wick from the top, long wick from the bottom. It opened up very choppy. Now, with this pink line right here, pink line right there, that's my levels. 444.5, this is 443.5, and it opened up very choppy between that level, but constant rejections from the 444.5 level. Remember, we are dealing with the bear case scenario because this blue line is 446 level. We opened below that. So we are in bull case scenario, constant rejection, and then boom. Constant rejection from resistant, and then boom. This is why we short from resistant, guys. And then we came all the way down to our next support level. What was it? 441 to 442 level right there, the yellow lines. Okay. And as you can see, Uncle Charters did not mention 442.5 level. All right. But I did notice how we was getting a bunch of rejection. And then later on the daily chart in the day, I changed my Fibonacci levels, which eventually gave me 442.5. I think some of my Discord members were already ahead of the game with that. So when I did that, I realized, 442.5. And sure enough, got constant rejections from it. So I would not have been bullish unless we cleared a resistant level. I always mention this to the Discord members. I think I mentioned this to you guys as well, okay? Anytime we clear a resistant level, that's the time to get bullish. When we break down a support level, that's the time to get bearish, okay? So we cleared a support level right here, came down to the next support level, chopped for many hours within a range between the 50-day moving average and that 442.5 level, as you can see. But eventually, we broke down. I had a 438 to 439 price target zone. Okay, I said 438 I wrote originally 438 below 441 in the plan, but I eventually updated throughout the day. But you see how it just chopped here, as Uncle Charters like to call it, basing. I don't know if anyone else calls it that, but yeah, basing consolidation, whatever. Usually, anytime we in the uptrend and then it hits a resistant and then it bases just under resistant, I always say that builds strength for a move to the upside. In this case, we had an overall downtrend and we base on support. This shows us lack of buying pressure, bunch of dead cat bounces, not clearing a resistant level. So this favored the downside and we eventually got it. All right. So most of my price targets were hit. The plan, the strategy shorting from resistant continue to work. And well, it didn't hit my 438 to 439 zone, but we did get as low as 439.4. So 40 cents shy of my price target zone at the end of the day. Not too bad. Didn't get a wabam moment. Wabam. In case any of my Discord members wondered how I sounded when I say wabam, now you guys know. And for people that's not in Discord wondering what the hell is wabam, if you guys join Discord, you'll know what I'm talking about. Not that you have to, but I'm just saying it's a little inside thing between me and the members. So that's the recap of the day right there. Hope you guys learned something or got something out of it. But here is the daily chart of the SPY. I'm gonna move these colorful. Look at all these colorful lines. I'm gonna move them. All right, move the green one. All right, those lines I was using for, the levels I was using to trade. But you can see here that I had a bull flag. I also had a triangle. Like if I turn this pink, right there. I had a descending triangle pattern, which if I was watching it, we got the breakdown, okay? And then there's also the bull flag. If you watch the bull flag, that is still a breakdown, okay? Now, Uncle Charles mentioned last week that we lost that 200-day moving average. The bulls failed. Now, you guys know I always follow price action. If we would have captured that 200-day moving average, I would have changed my sentiment back to bullish real quick, okay? However, we did not. And we also lost the 50-day moving average, all right? So like I always say, when we lose a critical support level, that's bearish, all right? And I'm glad that, well, we saw some follow through, lost the 50-day, breakdown of this descending triangle pattern and this bull flag, whatever pattern you want to look at, okay? So for me to be bullish again, obviously that big critical level of the 50-day moving average at 441.59 currently, keep in mind it could change tomorrow, okay? But just look at the 50-day moving average, all right? It's right here. The numbers are right there, okay? Orange one is the 50-day moving average. Pink one is the 200-day, okay? So it needs to get back above 441.59, recapture that 50-day moving average. If SPY can do that, then maybe I will be a little more bullish, okay? Above 441.59, we'll put 442.5, and this is the fib levels that I was telling you guys about. All right, I started from the low of February to the high of March 29, and that 442.5, that's the 38.2 retracement level. Okay, so it needs to recapture the 50-day. It needs to recapture the 38.2 retracement level. All right, that should put the 443 to 444.5 back in play. Then 446, then the 200-day moving average, which is currently at 448.2. All right, but as long as we are below the 50-day moving average, okay, guys, this is the algorithm. As long as we are below the 50-day moving average, I favor more downside. Okay, like I said, I have some support at 439 to 438 zone. As you can see around here, back in February, that zone, keep in mind, keyword zone, served as a resistant zone. So we'll see if it will serve as a support zone, okay? If 438 fails, then we got the 50% retracement level at 436.46. That fails. Then there's the big test at 430.4. That's the 61.8 retracement level. Okay? Now, as far as my Elliott wave goes, I talked about Elliott wave not too long ago. That's out of the question now. The reason is I mentioned that we possibly are in wave 4. And, well, the bottom of today's candle, let me see. Yeah, the bottom of today's candle overlapped the high of March 3rd's candle, which is where I had wave 1 ending. Okay, so the rules are violated. The LA wave is out of the picture, okay? Anyways, so we're going to play level by level anyways, all right? 438 to 439 is the next support level. If we can get a bounce there, I won't trust it unless we can clear the 50-day moving average. Otherwise, it's dead cat bounce, which usually leads to more downside. All right, 438 fails, 50% retracement level, 436.46, and then the big one at 430.4. That's a 61.8 retracement level. If that level fails, I'm going to favor possibly some new downside. Okay, guys? So that is the SPY. I had a bullish scenario, I had a bearish scenario. Okay, guys? And, well, the VIX is looking bullish right now. Reason is it recaptured a critical level. Finally got above the 23.6 retracement level at 22.94. Closed above it. Closed above the 20-day moving average. Actually treated it like a support level today. Right? Good sign if you're a bull on VIX, that is. If you're a bear on VIX, not a good sign for you. Anyways, so 25.72 is the next big level. An area of confluence over there, okay? 38.2 retracement level, also where the 50-day moving average is. So if VIX clears 25.72, very bullish for the VIX, okay? And if the VIX is bullish, like I always say, the SPY is bearish, okay, guys? But if it does test there and we get a strong rejection, you know, that's bearish. But you still want to wait for a loss of support because it could just be basing. When it gets to a resistance, it could just base. You know, anyways, that's a SPY and that's the VIX. Let's take a look at the QQQ. Very bearish. We lost that 50-day moving average, gap down. Now the next big support level is the 23.6 retracement level. Okay, it's at 339.30. Bulls need to step up at that level and try to recapture that 50-day moving average, which is at 349.3. That is a very big range. All right, let me see. Okay, so there's some resistance around the 345 to 346 zone. Okay, and if we can get to the 50-day moving average, we also fill the gap. All right, so 345 to 346 is resistant, and then 349.3 50-day moving average. If we can clear some resistance, we can build some bullish momentum. Otherwise, 339.3 is the next support level where it must hold. If that fails, I'm favoring new low for the QQQ, right? All right, very, very bearish. Dow Jones also lost the 50-day moving average and back tested 346, the 50% retracement level as a resistant, looking very bearish. So it needs to recapture those levels, obviously, to look bullish, okay? Next support is at 340.6, then below that is 338.7, okay? That level fails, we're in false breakout mode. Very, very bearish. That would put 335, 333, then more lower price targets in play, okay? IWM broke below, it closed below the yellow triangle, closed below that, and it also broke back within the white trend line since November high to January high. Very bearish, guys. All right? Unless IWM gets back above 198, I am bearish on it. And I'm favoring 192, then 188 price target. 188 fails, new lows incoming, all right? And look at Apple. Speaking of bearishness, Apple, it closed below back within this bull flag, this blue bull flag. False breakout scenario, okay? So tomorrow, resistant level will be, I thought that was a fib level. But tomorrow, resistant level will be 166.5. All right, above 166.5, Apple can break back out of this bull flag, and that will look like a false breakdown. False breakdowns are very bullish. Okay, if it cannot get back above 166.5, I'm bearish. The next price target is 157, 152, and all the way down to 149. Okay, guys, Tesla. Look at that. That yellow line, that is the 20-day moving average. It treated it like a resistant today. Very bearish. So the next critical support level is 972. That is the 50% retracement level. If that fails, 906 incoming, guys. 906 to 907 range. All right? So bulls need to bounce off that 972 or stay above 972. Okay? It needs to stay above it. recapture the 20-day moving average, which is around 1,007-ish. All right, could change tomorrow, okay? But as long as below, and if we lose that 972 level, very bearish. Okay, 906 to 907 support zone in play. Bitcoin, look at that. We had the false breakout scenario, back tested it a few times as resisted, came and tested the 50-day moving average, and now we're just going down. So glad I didn't buy any. So next support is at 36.8K. That's the support of this triangle pattern. If we lose that level, that's a breakdown. Breakdowns are very bearish. You can beware and be wary of a false breakdown. Like if it breaks down, then it recaptures. That's bullish. But if not, if it breaks down, guys, very bearish. Next support level is around 28.7K. All right, guys. So that's what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys found some value in this video. I hope you guys made a shit ton of money. Remember, family is important, and Uncle Charles loves you.